Hi everyone, welcome to my office. This is the syllabus overview video for English 107 representative works. Wanted to take a few minutes to go over some major points of the syllabus so that for those of you who might choose to join the optional Zoom gathering, we've had some of that covered off and we can maximize our time for discussion. And for those of you who may not be able to join our Zoom gathering, you can get the real down low here in this video, and then if you have specific questions, we can take care of that in an email conversation. And all of that pertains to communication, which is my first point. Communication is just really essential for everything in life, not just university, but especially in an asynchronous course. Please don't ever hesitate to ask questions, to contact me, email me anytime. I will do my best to answer messages within 24 hours or on the following business day. If you message me on a Friday, I may get back to you on Monday. I try to check emails at least once over the weekends, but I'm not going to make any guarantees there. We'll call that a promise less, deliver more thing. All that said, do take advantage of the resources that you have in each other. Your colleagues are valuable, precious people. They're smart. If you have a question that you think other people in the class might have insight on, fire it up in the Populi. Maybe somebody wants to get a group chat going on WhatsApp or some other platform, but really, really help each other. Teamwork. Teamwork is how we get it done. One reminder though, there are certain kinds of teamwork that are not allowed. For instance, you can't write each other's tests or essays. That's called plagiarism. What? Plagiarism. It's really important. So we're going to do a quick, thorough review of plagiarism as I've addressed it in the syllabus and some additional resources on it. Because I think it sometimes, teachers don't always give enough credit for how tricky this really can be for a lot of students, and it's just very, very important for your learning and for everybody's academic thriving. So in the syllabus for this course, there is a section called Academic Integrity, and it reads as follows. It is a serious offense to present a piece of work for course credit as one's own if the work or a portion of that work was done by some other person. Actions of plagiarism harm both the student and the reputation of the university college. Any form of cheating on assignments or tests is subject to serious academic penalty that may include loss of part or all marks for an assignment or test, failure in the course, or dismissal from the university college, other serious consequences. Plagiarism or cheating in a course in which a student is cross-registered with the University of Manitoba may lead to disciplinary action by the university according to its policies, meaning U of M. At the beginning of your program of study, all students are required to complete the prescribed plagiarism tutorial. This is wonderful. I'm so glad that Booth does this. That's just a great thing. That said, and these are my notes, Beth's notes, even experienced writers sometimes need to double check what material they are obliged to cite and how to cite it. I strongly recommend that all students familiarize themselves with Purdue Owl's excellent resource, Avoiding Plagiarism. It's online. I'm going to address that a little bit further in a moment. Consult this resource whenever you feel in doubt. I will say, though, further from the syllabus, instructors are required to report all allegations of plagiarism or cheating to the academic dean before a grade is assigned. The original assignment is submitted to the academic dean. The academic dean will then chair a joint meeting with the student and the instructor to hear both sides and make a determination on whether or not plagiarism or cheating has in fact occurred. The academic dean will then decide on appropriate disciplinary measures. Student and instructor will both be notified of the dean's decision in writing, and a copy of that decision will be sent to the registrar and the university college president. Students do have the right to appeal those decisions of the academic dean if they choose. There's a section in the syllabus on appeals, should that become relevant to you, but I really hope it won't. So Purdue Owl is a resource that I've mentioned a few times in different places in the syllabus. It is just a magical, wonderful gift to the universe. Please do check it out. There's a section in this resource called avoiding plagiarism. The first sort of landing page for it is a plagiarism overview, and I'll leave you to seek it out on your own, but there is one section that I think is just really valuable, particularly if English is not your first language, if perhaps you're an international student who's really working hard on the English language part of studying in a different country. There are all kinds of reasons that this might be challenging to different students from different backgrounds, but there are some intellectual challenges that all students are faced with when writing. I'm reading from Purdue now. Sometimes these challenges can almost seem like contradictions, particularly when addressing them within an academic paper. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. For example, teachers often instruct students to develop a topic based on what has already been said and written, but write something new and original. Teachers will ask you to rely on experts and authorities' opinions, but build on or disagree with those opinions. They might ask you to give credit to previous researchers, but make your own significant contribution. They might encourage you to try and improve your English in order to operate effectively within a conversation community, a university community, by building on what you hear and what you read, but use your own words, your own style, your own voice. Balancing those two requirements or those pairs of requirements can be really tricky, especially if you're not just a really experienced writer or you're not experienced with the academic citation style format that you're being asked to work in. So credit where credit is due. It's not always as simple as it seems, but there are a wealth of resources available to help you understand this, and I am happy to work with students to make sure that they know what they're doing. Further under that avoiding plagiarism section on Purdue Owl, there is a heading, Plagiarism Exercise. It's basically a practice exercise to sort of get a sense of what the different examples are of situations where you need to give credit to a previous source and the different ways that you can do that, or the different ways that are appropriate in context. It's a great practice exercise. I do recommend it. There's also a heading in this same avoiding plagiarism thing called Plagiarism FAQ. That's a much more extensive list of questions that you might have and quick and dirty answers to help you get it all straight. Do bookmark this page if academic writing style and citations are something that you have any concerns about. I mean, bookmark it anyway, but I commend this resource to you. Moving on. So assignments in this course. Details on the requirements of individual assignments will, be provided well in advance of each due date. All assignments for this course have been carefully constructed to help build your skills, your understanding of course content, your connection making, and your personal capacity to appreciate and benefit from this art that we're studying. Completing assignments is very much in your best interests as a learner. That said, you may notice that the grade breakdown for this course is pretty forgiving. You could write exactly none of the assignments. If you got perfect marks on both exams and full marks for participation, you would pass the course. Inversely, you could blow off both exams completely. And if you got perfect marks in all of your other assignments and for participation, you would pass the course. So the upshot is there's room to be a little strategic with your energies if at some point you really need to. Many of us in this course are judging very complicated lives. For some of you, this course is critical foundation building for the whole rest of your degree, if you're an English student. For others, it's a core curriculum requirement or an elective, and that may play into how you're balancing out your priorities when you look at all the things, all the competing demands in your life. And that's the adult world. That's fair. nevertheless, I will reiterate and emphasize, writing is thinking, is learning. The more you write, the more deeply you process what we're working on, the more it'll stick with you, the more it will benefit your grades and your mind and your soul. So do the assignments. There we go. I use a rubric for grading written assignments. There are notes about that in the syllabus. The rubric has been circulated, but it will also be posted on Populi. If you have any questions about it, please do reach out. Participation. There will be discussion requirements to be completed through Populi, meaning discussion threads that get posted surrounding a given week's readings that students are then required to either complete. Either I'll be asking you to post a thread for other people to comment on, or I'll be requiring you to comment on at least 2 or 3 of your colleagues' posts. Those details will be forthcoming as needed. Discussion assignments cover the week just completed, meaning in discussion, I'll be asking you to review and process what you read ahead of time for that day's class. So whatever day we have our optional Zoom gathering, the discussion assignment will be posted later the same day. You'll find those threads in the Discussions tab on the course page in Populi. I recommend you aim to complete those assignments within a day or 2. Keep it fresh. For class meetings, we'll see if every week feels like the right pace. If it seems that maybe alternate weeks would be better for everyone, that can be something that we work out together. You'll have had a chance to review the schedule by now, the sort of plan of lessons week by week. Minor changes may still be made to that between now and the official start of the course, but absolutely nothing major, I promise you. So with that being pretty established, I wanted to say just a few words concerning the content choices that I've made in this course. So click on over to the next video concerning course content.